Yeah, that Jake Paul dude, man. I mean, people gotta be wondering, like, is that dude? He gotta have mental problems or something, some self-esteem issues, or I don't know. I'm kind of late, and right now he's probably in jail, and he dabbing on all the haters or whatever. Um, Now, like, at first, I didn't even know like he was like a Disney rapper. I didn't know that. I thought he was just some rich kid trying to be cool. Um, but he might just be from like a small town. I don't know where he's from. I don't really know much about it. But what he's doing is not really new. I mean, it was a lot of people before that. It was that Jake Sutter. I don't know God's name. It was him. It was Justin Bieber. It was Justin Timberlake. I guess the difference was Justin Timberlake actually had talent. So, but yeah, I mean he has talent too. I guess you know because people wouldn't cling to him if he didn't. So you're thinking like, what is up with this dude? And who are those people that hang out with him? Who are these people? What are they trying to get? Because they're just the side friends, they can break from character and act like a normal person. And you seen the videos where he pushed the girl and they break from character and they're like, whoa, what's wrong with this dude? Like they didn't know he was crazy. And he gets on to a news van and they're like and the cameraman's like, yeah, I don't think you can do that. And he's like, why? And like, huh? And he drives a Jeep like over the curb and through some plants. And they're talking to him. They're saying basically like, hey, I don't think it's just cool. I don't think you should be doing this. But he does it anyway. So every time he does something crazy, you're like, why did he do that for? And we all know about by now how he be cheating on his girlfriends, his multiple girlfriends. And I mean, I know there's some jealousy there. People act like there's no jealousy. You're not jealous of them? Nah, you're jealous. And you probably say stuff like, well, I wouldn't do that. Nah. there's a whole bunch of there's a there's a line of people right now that would say, if I was Jake Paul, I would have did the same thing. It's better to admit that you would do it instead of saying, no, I wouldn't do that. But there's plenty of men that say, no, no way I'm doing that. And yeah. And he's not even balanced with it. If you got multiple girlfriends, you gotta at least be treating them all with respect as much as you can. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, you're going out with a girl and then in the same house you're having sex with her. That's pretty crazy. But
Brian Little.
he has basically no role models. I mean, his brother, I would guarantee his brother is probably just like him. So he learned from his brother. And the parents, I don't see none of his parents. So parents are nowhere to be seen. But I've noticed that like a lot of I don't know if he's rich or what. He gotta be. Um, I've noticed that you most likely never see the parents, and and you're like, why is that? How come you never see the parents? How come you never see them like talk about their son? The thing is, a lot of rich kids' parents or suburb kids' parents, they know they have some bad kids, but they also know that they're young. And I guarantee you, the stuff that their kid does now, they probably did that stuff too. So you'll see like kids, parents would take their kids to a Justin Bieber concert, and they be wearing like low cut. The way they be just little girls be dressing, it be insane, right? And then they ask the parents like, why would you take your kid to a Justin Bieber concert or a Britney Spears concert? She ain't exactly a role model. And they'll just say like, Well, when I was young, I liked Michael Jackson, and I had a secret crush on him and all this crazy stuff. So I can't deny my kid that because I did it. And you say, man, that's the most crappiest parenting ever, right? Isn't the point of parenting, but having kids is giving your kid a better life you had? Is to not repeat mistakes? Like, you know it had a bad outcome on you, and then you're gonna carry it over to your kids? That don't make sense. And like I said, like, when those kids were coming to Jake Paul's house, the parents went there with him, and he was like, no father to be found. I think I saw like one dad. The funny thing is, yeah, actually, if you watch that Justin Bieber movie, you saw parents, fathers in the audience with their kids. They were there at the concert with their daughter. You'd be like, what the hell? What is wrong with you? But it's like, whatever. Because, you know, your kid is 8 years old. She's not driving to the concert herself, so the parents have to be there, right? So they know what's going on. I guess they figure, well, these people are young, they'll grow out of it. But actually, people don't. These SJWs and all these people are like 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 years old. These SJWs, they act just like these little kids. It's crazy too. This cycle keeps going. These little kids that like these Jake Paul, Justin Bieber type people. You know, if you don't like them, they automatically call you a hater. Oh, you're just jealous. But it's like, and you can apply that to the whole trans movement. Oh, you don't think people should have trans rights? Oh, you must hate trans. It's like, what? I don't even know these trans people. How do I hate them? I don't know Jake Paul. How do I hate him? I don't know him. It's like, hate is like a strong emotion. You gotta know somebody to hate him. You can't just hate him and you don't know him. I gotta know the persona on line, on camera, and off camera for me to say if I hate him or not. But even then, he did his girlfriend wrong. I'm not in a relationship with him. How can I hate him? I don't know him. We're just looking at his behavior. That's all we see. So we don't know that we know, according to our girlfriend, that off camera he's a jerk too. And he's just a bad person. But you gotta think that, does he know that? Well, you say, well, he's 20, he's kind of young. He must don't know he's a bad person, right? There's no way. Well, it's pretty obvious he knows. Because when he was getting arrested, he looked pretty serious. So he knows he's a bad person. And he knows he has to always be on. He has to always be entertaining these people. Because, like I said, his friends can always break from character and tell him, yeah, maybe you shouldn't do that. Yeah, you pushed my girlfriend. What's up with that? Why'd you do that? Well, you gotta think about the mental state of this guy and the pressure he's under. Always having to be funny, always having to be entertaining, always have to be daring, always doing that, always have to be good with the ladies or whatever. He has to be doing that all day, and it's even more messed up that he's on the camera. I mean, if you know about these vloggers, you know, well, it's like they're not like showing 24 hours of their day. No, but some people do. Some people they do like the webcams or they show 24 hours of their day. But it's basically like some mundane type stuff. They're just reading or something. But people like seeing that because people like to look into people's lives. So it's a weird. It's not even about Jake Paul the person. It's more about people in general. Like, what makes people want to be like this? Because girls come to his house, little girls and also older girls. What are they trying to gain? What do they think's gonna happen? Like, okay, you got 8 girls show up, 13-year-olds. What do you think gonna happen? They gonna make out with them or something? And the parents are just sitting on the side. Like, what's going on? As soon as if a little girl is allowed to go into his house, you think the mother's not coming too? And what are these mothers thinking? Are they, because the mothers know that the girls want to be with Jake Paul. They want to make out with him or whatever. So there's no way these mothers are that stupid that they know what their daughters really are going there for. Attention in a relationship, a boyfriend. I don't know. It's like you're indulging in this and you're damaging your girls by doing this. Let them come to this house thinking they're gonna gain something, like they're gonna make out or something, and they don't get it. I mean, what kind of effect does that have on you? And little girls and even boys too. Boys like Jake Paul too. And you think about why? Because they want to be him. He's a cool guy. He's daring and thrilling, and he does a lot of stuff that's really actually illegal. That will get him some fines, will get him going to jail. He does some stuff. And nobody is telling him that it's wrong. Nobody is telling him, well, it's like they're telling him that it's wrong, but it's not enough. He still thinks when somebody tells you that it's wrong, he thinks that person is joking. It's nothing serious because it's all on camera. Everybody's acting. So off camera, he's a bad person. On camera, he's a bad person. Online, he's a bad person. And it's like, I don't hate him. I'm not jealous of him. I'm just trying to understand his mind. Like, what is he thinking? But, and those kind of people, you think, well, those are the popular kids. Those are the bullies. And yeah, they are bullies. They are the popular kids. They are the Chads. You know, they want to YOLO and all that crap. You only live once crap. Or you only live once crowd. Pretty boy club, whatever. And another dynamic a lot of people don't understand is there might be a couple of gay guys up in there too. That they're trying to actually get to Jake Paul and trying to get him to switch teams. So he gotta be careful with that too. There might be some gay people coming to their house too. They're trying to get with Jake Paul, trying to get him to switch teams, and it might be awkward because Jake Paul is saying he's portraying himself as straight, but supposedly, like, little girls think he's straight, but guys, usually older guys, they're looking at him like, I don't know, man, this guy looks kind of gay. So I'm gonna go to that house and I'm gonna prove that he's gay. I can hook up with Jake Paul. And it's funny too, and it's kind of funny how these haircuts they have, they look like lesbians almost. Lesbians usually have these haircuts. A lot of people don't know that Justin Bieber, that get up, that's the lesbian get up. He looks like a lesbian. That haircut. Who gets those haircuts? Lesbians get them haircuts. They wear like minor makeup. Lesbians wear minor makeup. Some wear no makeup, or they say like natural makeup, so the skin can look natural. They kind of like little feminine looking. And why does it seem like their lips are always chapped? That's weird too. But yeah, the look they have, that's the lesbian look. You know. Oh yeah, I'll throw this out there too. If you look at the word Eminem, what does it sound like? It sounds like feminine. Uh, and if you listen to early versions of Eminem's music, it was all emotional stuff. It was all like relationship stuff. You did me wrong. I'm gonna kill you. It's basically like what girls do. They're overly emotional. They're vindictive. They play mind games with you. You almost want to kill. And when women kill their boyfriends, they do it in a most like graphic way. And it's the same way Eminem's music was. It was totally graphic. It was totally emotional. It was almost unrealistic. How mad can you be? Like how can you be this mad? It doesn't make any sense. So I know I went on a tangent, but yeah, these guys are like you can't really. It's really deep. This mental stuff. Like um, you got his groupies. What I'm gonna say was when okay, a lot of little kids like Jake Paul, and then if you say you don't like him, all of a sudden they're like, oh, you must hate him, and you're like, what? How'd you go from I don't agree with his way of life to oh I must hate him now. I don't know him. How can I hate him? But yeah, I'm saying like kids, their minds are not developed enough. So all they know is gut reaction. Oh, you must hate him. Oh, you must be jealous. That's all they know. They're little kids. They don't have enough of life experience. And then you say, well, wow, I don't know, man. These, like I said, SEWs act like this too. They're really emotional about stuff. You know, you don't call them by their pronoun. They want to kill you now. And it's like, whoa, man, calm down. I don't know you. Like, I have no reason to hate you. I don't care about your rights. You should only be wanting the rights. I don't really care. Like Jake, you cheat on your girlfriend. Okay, well that ain't got nothing to do with me. That's affecting you. That's affecting you, and karma. It's coming back. You can't do this stuff and nothing's gonna happen. So you can't play these games with people, mess with people, and then think nothing's gonna happen. It doesn't matter that you have to always be on. You have to always be acting. You have to always be the cool guy. You have to always be that person. Doesn't matter. You're still gonna be a consequence to that.